Well, it's a slow news week. That doesn't mean I'm gonna not have something for you. Also want to talk about the Xbox One controller upgrade I may be jumping into here soon, as well as the Mad Box games console and a Patreon exclusive New Year's resolutions. Hey, I have a lot to complain about, so let's do this.
The recently canceled podcast with Don Fry.
Hey, how goes it? Well, I had to look around for some topics. There didn't seem to be a whole lot going on lately. We've got the government shutdown, a new session of Congress starting up. We just swore in some people. I mean, and that brings a lot of bullshit with it, and everybody's coming out with their little story about things, right? So it's one headline. Says former New York Times editor Jill Abramson is critical of the anti-Trump bias in the paper today. I guess this isn't some new book she's putting out. Then I guess Trump goes and jumps on that and says, oh, look. I didn't see what the thing was. I saw this on Twitter. Terrible news source, Twitter. And then it says she then corrects him and stands by the tough on Trump policy of the paper. Why is Twitter writing the headline and really the first paragraph of the story when they're supposedly a social network? Something doesn't fit there. It's a lot of bullshit. They're getting away with it for too long. And as they come out and become editorial themselves, I think we could see some changes. Mighty soon, actually. Or maybe not, because we got Congress has fallen in the hands of the Dems, but we have a Republican president who butts heads with his own party. And I think we're looking at a whole lot of nothing getting done for the duration of, at least 2 years. A whole lot of stagnant policy hardly even happening anywhere, posturing, a whole lot of blaming the other side for things not getting done when it could be both sides' fault for that matter. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez gets sworn in. Joy. I mean, her getting into Congress is the kind of thing that devalues Congress to the point where you're like, you know what? Screw it, I'd never want to run anyways. If she can get in, I don't want to be in, right? Well, I guess someone posted video of her dancing. Not particularly good. Really kind of a white girl looking dancing type video. And I guess it was meant to shame her. Because, if you post somebody doing something when they were younger and they didn't give you permission, then obviously your intent is to shame them. That seems to be the way this works. But instead, again, as Twitter puts it, proves that she had meme skills in college. Which, and it's weird, it's like she already had meme skills in college. The chick has hardly been out of college. I mean, she was born 92? Like, it's not like college was a long time ago for her. So, and how is this dancing thing a meme anyways? Jesus Christ. Oh man, everything just gets dumber and dumber. And people are getting so stupid when R. Kelly is trending for a couple nights because there's a docu-series. It was called, Surviving R. Kelly. I don't have all the details. I don't honestly look up much of this shit. I think we all know the story there. Hell, you might have seen the video. And you have a lot of people coming forward back in the day, and then somehow that becomes washed aside. It's forgotten, but he doesn't even come up with music. I mean, come on. Trapped in the Closet is horrendously bad. That is an all-time bad song and video. But because it's so long, people are like, wow, he's so talented. He can remember the lyrics for 9 minutes of song. Shut up. I guess things only matter now when there's a documentary series. Maybe this trend starts with Making a Murderer. Making a Murderer comes up on Netflix, maybe 2 years ago? Was it maybe it was 3 years ago. Shit, it's 29. I guess it could have been 3 years ago. 2016, Jesus Christ. Anyways, that comes out. And now all of a sudden people are like, well, we got to get this guy and his nephew out of prison now. That documentary series got me thinking that they were innocent this whole time. It's a travesty. Justice. Well, more and more stuff comes out. We end up with an O.J. Simpson documentary series. Doesn't it win like an Oscar despite being a TV show? We have to play fast and loose here. We gotta try to find a way to give our award to something people are talking about right now. That's the way they do this shit. Bend the rules. Hell, Emmys are supposed to be about TV. Let's go ahead and give half of them to something on Netflix. So people are only starting to really care about shit when you have like several 2-hour documentary episodes put together over the course of a few days. It gets people a little hyped up to see the next one. I don't think we're necessarily learning about R. Kelly here, but it's the thing that makes people give a shit now, isn't it? Is to have some major media outlet put together a nice and shiny package for you to take a look at, and now everybody has to react. So what's going to happen to R. Kelly? I don't think he was doing a whole lot lately. It's like Soulja Boy. Some of these guys, they're disappearing on us. But the people who are hot now seem to be staying hot lately. I think R. Kelly's time was a little bit too before that. Before the music industry realized, hey, all we got to do is just shovel the same shit out from the names people already know. We don't have to worry about discovering new talent. His time was a little bit before that, when people could be a one-hit wonder. Not that he necessarily was. He's just not relevant right now. He doesn't have the wife that keeps making statements like Jay-Z's does. His old lady. Have to make some statements over here. Everybody worship Queen Bee shit. Like, he doesn't have a lot going. So if he's ostracized and now you can't listen to R. Kelly music again, like, were you already? Like, what difference does it make? If the guy's already on the downside of his career, where else does this take him? Oh, well, he could get charges. If he gets charges on him, some that sticks and he goes to jail, right? That kind of sets more of a precedence here. Like, weren't they trying to get the nephew out of prison on the making a murderer, right? So if you pull that off, and then you can... I mean, what are you going to do with O.J. Simpson, right? Did his documentary series help him get out of jail? I'm trying to think here. Maybe it did. He might have gotten out of jail after that documentary series, and then the parole board must have been like, well, you know what? Okay, you can go, even though it was a totally separate charge. You now get people fired up, demanding change because of documentary series. How weird is that shit?